What's going on, guys? This is Alec here and welcome back to my Swansea City career mode. We're on episode number 25. Just the one shout out today. I'm just going to say a big shout out to Reece Nicholson. A lot of you guys have been supporting me in the comment section of my YouTube lately and I really appreciate it. Keep it up. But Reece is following me on Twitter and we've had a lot of conversations about the Swans. I like interacting with all you guys, talking about the Swans, and obviously they're big problems in real life right now. But yeah, so massive shout out to Reece. Onto the episode itself, we've got Watford up in our first game. As you can see, their team popping up here. Daryl Janmaat, new signing. Roberto Pereira, another really good signing. Okaka. They've got Troy Deeney on the bench, which is a positive for me. I really like Troy Deeney. I think he's a good player. Swans have actually been interested in him a couple of times, so yeah, I rate him quite highly. But onto our team here, as you can see, there's not much change as per usual. We do have Angel Rangel coming in though. I think that's pretty much the only change. Nathan Dyer comes in instead of the usual Modou Barrow. Starting off this game, I was confident. I think we're pretty high up in the table. I think we were 8 points clear of second place Man United. We've got them in a couple of games time, so I'm looking forward to that game to test ourselves. Early on into this game, as you can see, Gylfi Sigurdsson has the ball, just taking our time as we usually do, into Leroy Fair. Nice bit of footwork there into Memphis and go 1-0 up early on. Fantastic save from our ex-keeper Łukasz Fabianski. But still, we've got a corner, another chance from the corner here. It gets whipped in towards Memphis, doesn't quite get a connection into Leroy Fair, and that one's a bit of an easier save from Łukasz Fabianski. Good save there to keep it at 0-0. A couple of minutes later, at the 10-minute mark, as you can see, Leon Britton just controlling things as he always does, into Nathan Dyer. Nathan Dyer just taking his time. He'll pass it on to Gylfi Sigurdsson, and Sigurdsson will actually take the shot, and it's so close from going in. It had the great placement. Well, I mean, obviously not great because it didn't go in, but you could see it didn't really travel that fast. It was just so well put. I thought it just dipped into the far post. You could just see how close that shot really was there. But another couple of minutes later, as you can see, 15 minutes, and we'd already had three good chances. Trying to make a fourth one here as it comes into Borja Baston. Good bit of ball roll there past Kabasili. Still Borja Baston. He gets himself into some good space, and the finish is just the worst part of that move. Unlucky from Baston there. As you can see from the goal kick now, Okaka actually controls that down really nicely into Pereira. Lovely bit of footwork there. Through to Igalo. Igalo one-on-one. And he'll miss the one-on-one as well. We missed a one-on-one up at their end with Memphis, and they've just come back and missed a one-on-one at our end. But a corner comes in now, it gets headed out into Barami. Barami takes the shot, and it's a good save from Michel Vorm to keep the game at 0-0. The keepers are coming up clutch in this game. A couple of really good saves, I think probably 3 really good saves from Fabianski and 2 good saves from Michel Vorm. As you can see, that's a good save from Michel Vorm. Chance from the corner now from Watford. Pereira will put the ball into the box. Is headed out by Reece Oxford into Memphis. Memphis will get it up to Gylfi. Gylfi into Memphis again. And Memphis has got a lot of space down this side. He'll take it, use his pace to get past Etienne Capoue. Still Memphis Depay now. He's up there with Borja Baston. And was that in the box? I'm sure that was in the box. Etienne Capoue has fouled us. He's going to get the yellow card. Now just to wait where the referee has actually pointed to. It's a free kick. It wasn't actually as close as I've made it out to be. But a chance from the free kick now. Gylfi puts it into the box and Baston! Another good save from Fabianski. Is starting to not look like our day. But that's the 45th minute. That's the first half. How are we going in at 0-0? A couple of great chances from both teams, but on into the second half, it's taken us about 12 minutes to get our first chance going as it comes to Leroy Fair. Still Leroy Fair, he's been allowed to go all the way through, comes into Gylfi. Gylfi into Baston and he shoots and he scores. Our first chance of the second half, and Borja Baston puts it away, or Borja Baston, however you want to pronounce it. He goes and celebrates with Jack Hawke on the bench. Not the best to finish. I do think out of all the ones Fabianski saved, this would probably be the one that he'd be disappointed that he hasn't saved. I mean, I'm not sure how he hasn't saved it. He's just kind of leaned back, but as you can see, Leroy Fair gets a fair bit of distance. It comes into Gylfi. Gylfi finds Baston, and there you can see Fabianski just kind of flops to the floor. But we get a chance a couple of minutes later. Memphis to put the ball into the box. Comes to Angel Rangel, who scores his second header of the season. Who would have thought it? Memphis just kind of running away from him there on the celebration, but Angel Rangel, he scores his second goal of the season. I should start him, or I should swap a lot more between him and Norton, but as you can see, another header. I think he may, correct me if I'm wrong, I can't really remember, but I think he may be the only defender that scored like from a corner for us. I'm not sure, or maybe Curtis Davis has once or twice. I'm not sure, but later on into the game now, Watford looking for a consolation goal. I'm not sure who got that header in the end, but it's an easy save from Vorm. And we get a chance here later on. Angel Rangel again, cleared off the line by Daryl Janmaat. Angel Rangel just seems to be a boss in the air, but as the game is coming to an end, it gets put into Mobaro and the chance goes out for a goal kick. But it won't be a goal kick because that's how this game is going to finish. 2-0 up against Watford away from home. I'll take that as a really good result in my opinion. But as the screens are coming up now, I just want a couple of talking points that I've got to say about. Sorry for the break in uploads, guys. I took the weekend off just because I was playing the weekend league on Ultimate Team, and I think you all can relate on how stressful FIFA can get us sometimes. I just didn't feel like uploading. It won't happen again. I've got a setup video coming soon next week. My setup is pretty much done, so that'll be done next week. Well, this week sometime. I don't know why I'm saying next week. And the last thing, a lot of people have been commenting about ex-players for me to sign next year. You'll see here we've actually got a cup semi-final at Wembley, but I'll keep talking. A lot of ex-players have been suggested in the comments, like Joe Allen, De Guzman, Boney, Ben Davis, all have been suggested in the comments below. Now I'd happily go out and buy like every single one of them, but I just want a bit of feedback from you guys. If you think it's a bit too much, don't sign too many ex-players. I mean, we've already signed Michel Vorm, there may be one or two others there, but yeah, Michu's already coming as well, so let me know if you think it's too much. Then I'll try and dim it down, but like I said, if you want it, then I'm more than happy to go through to it. But on to the big game. We've got the FA Cup semi-final up against Brentford at Wembley Stadium. Swans have never lost at Wembley Stadium, as far as I know anyway, at least the new one they haven't. They've played 2-1-2, and I'm not looking to go down easily. I don't know, I've just messed that up, but they've never lost. I don't want to lose either. We're up against Brentford, not the strongest team. We haven't put the strongest team out ourselves, but the glorious Wembley Stadium. Robert Madley as our referee, and we'll get the game kicked off. As you can see, we're playing right to left. I don't know why I'm saying all this. I'm excited. I want to get another trophy under our belt. We've already won the EFL Cup this season. The FA Cup would be great as well. More people look to the FA Cup as an achievement, but early on, as you can see, we're getting a chance up to Jay Fulton. And we're just testing the waters early on. It's a decent attempt from Jay Fulton. It's not testing the keeper, but a couple of minutes later now, 5 minutes later, as you can see, we're pushing forward. It comes to Josh King into Kingsley. I'm not sure why Kingsley there, but good pass from Wayne Routledge into Josh King. Now Josh King, can he rifle a chance into Wayne Routledge? And it's a good save from the keeper who clutches on. And we're really asserting our dominance early on in the game now. Good counter-attack opportunity here for Brentford. It's Woods into Judge. Judge back to Woods. Good football from Brentford. It's back into Judge. It's still Judge. Great turn into Vibe. And we've somehow got that away. I may have just butchered a Brentford player's commentator name. I don't know what's going on. It's still Judge. Judge with a shot, and that's just wide. Good chances there from Brentford, but it's a chance of our own now, leading up. As you can see, Wayne Routledge into Jack Hawke. Still Jack Hawke. Great bit of ball work here from Jack Hawke. Got no real options now. It comes back into Jay Fulton, who's just let it run past him. Montero, still Montero. He'll try and get a shot off, and it's just wide of the far post. Good effort from Jefferson Montero there. Now then, Brentford pushing forward. A couple of minutes before half time, it comes to Vibe into Colin. We tried sliding in. It's still Colin. Colin pulls it back into Vibe, into Judge, and Judge with a great finish into the bottom left hand corner. Brentford have torn us apart, well and truly. I've got to give it to them. They had a good chance just now where I think one of our players blocked it from the shot from Vibe, and they've come down this right hand side, and there's some great football. I have to put my hands up. It's some great football, and as you can see, it comes into the near post here, and he passes it towards the middle of the goal, and it's a great first time finish from Judge, and we're 1-0 down at Wembley. We've never been trailing at Wembley before, I don't think. I'm saying all these facts about Wembley. We've only played here twice, don't get me wrong, but they're both historic times, and to go through to the final of this would be great. As you can see, we're ultra attacking straight after conceding that goal in the 40th minute. We'll try and get a straight consolation. Would be the goal. As you can see, it comes into Jack Hawke. Jack Hawke will pass it into Montero. Montero's made his way infield. Montero into Josh King, and still Joshua King now, just taking his time. He holds it off nicely. Still Josh King. There's a lot of space out there for Kyle Norton. He'll take it. Nice bit of footwork. Is still Kyle Norton. Waiting for a player to make a good run. But it's Fulton into Nathan Dyer. Still Nathan Dyer into Routledge, and is it the post and the keeper? This game is a shambles, and it's still 1-0 to Brentford. Chance from the corner now. Wayne Routledge to whip it in. It's a good ball in, and Jack Hawke will head that one wide. It'll actually come off a Brentford player. We've got another chance here as it comes into Nathan Dyer. Nathan Dyer into the back post. It'll be Kyle Norton to equalise, and it's just far of the post. And we go into half-time at 1-0. As you can see, Brentford pushing forward now. 63rd minute. That's a free kick judged by the referee. Jay Fulton gives it away. I didn't agree with that one myself. I thought it was a good tackle, but Zhang... look at that name. I'm not trying to pronounce that. Takes the free kick. It comes off the post, and it's 2-0 to Brentford. Can you believe it? They're beating the mighty Swans. Never lost at Wembley. I'm saying mighty. We're pretty much playing like we do in real life at the moment. We're 2-0 down. And we're calling for drastic measures. A bit unlucky there, the fact that it came off the post, it came off Nordveld, and that shot was probably going wide, and it came off Nordveld and went in. But 78 minutes on the clock now. I'm not sure what's happening with the scoreboard up there. We're trying to get away back into the game. It is late on, but there's still belief there. It comes into Jefferson Montero. Montero through to Emnes, and Emnes to get a consolation goal. He can't quite finish it or even hit it on target. And it stays at 2-0 to Brentford. 85 minutes on the clock now. Collins or Saunders down this right hand side. It's a good tackle. Now we're trying to counter attack, but Vibe intercepts it. Still Vibe with a good chance to finish it off, and it's a good save from Christopher Nordveld to keep it at 2-0. That could have been a bit embarrassing, but 90 minutes on the clock, and I can only apologise. 2-0 to Brentford. That's not a game that should be going that way. I'm disappointed. I am really disappointed. I really wanted to win this game. But if there's any consolation, we're still first in the Prem, so we've got bragging rights on that part. But like I said, I think this is unacceptable. I started a weaker team just because we were playing Brentford. I would say I was being cocky, but I start a weaker team every week in the Cup just to give the team a bit of a rotation. But I've definitely paid for it. And we lose at Wembley. An own goal from Christopher Nordveld and a good finish from Judge. 2 goals from Brentford. That's how this episode is going to come to a close, guys. Thank you all for watching. Please tune in for the next episode, and peace.